So I want to take some time today and talk about Chihiro from Kagurabachi because I've been doing a lot of videos like this for Ichi the Witch. So I thought it was only right for me to do videos like this for Kagurabachi because I want to give you guys more content on the channel surrounding Kagurabachi beside the chapter reviews that I typically do whenever the chapters come out, if it's the day of release or the day after. So you guys are going to be getting more Kagurabachi content. So I wanted to do this special thing for you guys. And we might as well start talking about our main character, Chihiro, in this video itself, pretty much just breaking him down so you guys get a better understanding of him. If there is people out there that know who Chihiro is, I mean, hey, that's freaking awesome because Chihiro is a pretty good character. But if you guys just want to sit down, relax, and just hear me just talk about the guy, I mean, hey, grab a seat, get your popcorn, do whatever you want to do, and let's dive straight into this video. So let's start with where Chihiro's story begins, because he learned the art of swordsmithing from his father, who was famous for crafting the 6 enchanted blades that ended the Setai War. And Chihiro wasn't just tagging along, he was also hands-on, learning how to heat metal, shape it, and spot even the tiniest flaws. And those hours in the forge gave him a steady, precise nature that still defines him, and it's fascinating to think how those quiet days hammering steel shaped not just the swords, but the core of who Chihiro is today. And what really strikes me is the bond that he shared with his father, because his father wasn't one for big speeches. He'd give a small nod to when Chihiro got something right, and that was enough to light him up. Chihiro looked up to his dad, not in a loud way, but with a deep respect that pushed him to carry the family legacy forward. They lived tucked away, keeping their work secret to protect it, which made their connection even tighter, and I admire how this taught Chihiro responsibility early, handling the forge's dangers without being coddled. And there's something special about how Chihiro's skills grew from hard work, not some inborn gift. His eyes allowed him to catch details others missed, a trick he honed in the workshop. It shaped his whole approach to life when it comes to respect, being careful and always aiming to get better. And for me, this shows that strength often comes from humble roots, away from any spotlight, and it's a foundation that makes Chihiro's story feel grounded from the start. Chihiro's early life is about more than blades, it's about the values they held. His father taught him to create tools that protect, and you can see that principle in how Chihiro carries himself now. When he steps into a fight, there's a trace of those forged days in his calm focus, and this background makes his later struggles hit harder, as he's not just fighting for his father, but for the life that they built together. And everything changes for Chihiro in one shattering moment, and it's tough to think about because at just age 15, he came home to find the Hishaku had attacked, and they killed his father and stole the enchanted blades, leaving Chihiro with a scar on his face and a wound much deeper. It wasn't just losing his dad, it was the betrayal of a world that praised his father that allowed this to happen. And that night turned a quiet apprentice into someone driven by a clear, burning purpose. And 3 years later, Chihiro was on his own, piecing himself back together, and I can imagine him training relentlessly in some remote place, his hair growing long, that scar always being a constant reminder, and he ended up inheriting N10, the 7th blade his father made just for him, but it came with a heavy weight, more a call to action than comfort. The story doesn't rush this time, because it shows glimpses of his grueling practice to prepare for what's ahead. And I respect how this slow build makes his resolve feel like something he earned. And this loss completely reshaped how Chihiro sees the world, turning his focus outward. He could have stayed hidden, but instead he chose to track down the Hishaku and reclaim the blades. But what I find compelling is how he keeps his anger in check, careful not to harm those who aren't a part of the fight. It shows the cost of his path. He's a creator forced into destruction because of others' actions, and that tension makes his journey feel so real to me. Reflecting on this moment, it's clear why it's the heart of Chihiro's story. It launches him into this dangerous world, but the pain stays with him, driving every step. Yet you can still sense his father's influence nudging him towards justice over blind revenge. And this turning point transforms Chihiro from a survivor into someone chasing something bigger, and it pulls me into wondering where his path will lead. And Chihiro isn't your usual hero. He's reserved, almost distant at first, but there's so much more to him. He stays polite and composed, whether he's facing an enemy or just talking over a meal. Even when his drive for justice burns inside, he keeps it controlled, channeling it into careful actions, and I admire how he holds himself together, always thinking before he acts, which makes him stand out in a chaotic world. There's a gentle side to Chihiro that shows up around those who need help, especially kids or anyone defenseless. He steps in quietly, offering protection or support without making a fuss, almost like it's second nature from his workshop days. At just 18 years old, he carries a maturity that feels beyond his years, taking on huge responsibilities without complaints. I find it striking how he can't stand seeing the weak hurt. It can shift him from calm to determined in an instant, revealing the fire beneath his cold exterior. What makes Chihiro so interesting is how he grapples with his own doubts. He knows his quest involves taking lives, and he wrestles with the guilt, wondering if he's crossing a line. He's open to it, admitting his path isn't clean, yet he moves forward with a clear-headed, practically. That honesty makes him feel human, not some untouchable figure. And in a story full of bold heroes, his willingness to question himself is what draws me to him. Chihiro's mix of restraint and resolve is what sticks with me. He's not after glory or power, just making things right and keeping others safe. Those small moments of kindness, like a quiet word or a shared moment, shows his heart. He feels like someone you trust in a crisis, flaws and all, and that makes every choice he makes, every win or loss, feel deeply personal. Now, Chihiro doesn't walk this path alone, and the people around him bring out sides of him he wouldn't see otherwise. First, there's Shiba, who stepped in after the Hishaku attack like a guide and a mentor. Shiba trained Chihiro for those tough 3 years, teaching him sorcery and strategy behind just sword work, and they work together seamlessly. Shiba scouts and moves them quickly, while Chihiro takes the lead and fights. And I love the quiet respect between them. Shiba's subtle encouragement shows he believes in Chihiro, keeping him focused on their shared goal of restoring balance. Then there's Char, a young girl with healing powers who becomes like a little sister to Chihiro. She's full of all of this energy and loves food, and pulling him into lighthearted moments like sharing meals that ease his guarded side. After he saves her from a terrible situation, he becomes her protector, watching over her with a fierce care. Her ability to heal his wounds and her family's gift is huge, but it's their bond. Those simple times eating together that really helps him feel connected again, and it's heartwarming to see her bring out his softer side. Akari is another key person, someone who starts out unsure but grows through Chihiro's support. Coming from a sorcerer family, Akari doubts himself, but Chihiro's steady belief helps him find his strength. They fight side by side, mixing Akari's unique sorcery with Chihiro's precise strikes. And this partnership goes both ways. Chihiro lifts Akari up, drawing on his resilience, while Akari's hope lightens Chihiro's load, and their trust feels like a true friendship built through shared struggles. These three, when it comes to Shiba, Char, and Akari, show different parts of Chihiro, from his discipline to his compassion to his ability to inspire. They're not just helpers, they're equals who make his journey less lonely, and each one highlights something essential about him, turning his personal mission to something shared. And for me, these relationships make Chihiro's story richer, showing how even a driven loner can find strength in others. Those are my thoughts on Chihiro from Kagurabachi. Like I said, he's a really good main character, and I really love seeing his growth throughout the series. I love seeing how he makes these new relationships with characters that really show a different side of him, and I just love following the journey of this character. I mean, whenever Chihiro is on screen when it comes to reading the Kagurabachi manga, I always look forward to it because I'm very curious to see what step he makes next, which leads me to my next question. How do you guys feel about Chihiro? Do you guys want to share your thoughts on how you personally feel about him? be sure to let me know in the comments. I would love to hear how you guys feel about Chihiro. And if you guys like me and you enjoy my content, like this video today, be sure to like and subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. Be sure to follow my X, Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook, just in case you guys want to see what I'm doing on social media. That is listed in the description. Another thing that's listed in the description is my Discord server, and there's also pinned in the comment section down below, just in case you want to join my community on there and talk more about anime and manga. Be sure to click on that bell for notifications whenever I drop a new video on the channel. I hope all of you guys are having a fantastic day, whatever the day may be, if it's the daytime, the nighttime, or the evening. And I'll see you guys in the next video. As always, peace out.